Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. First day back after a long weekend. So we didn't trade Monday since there was no news, and it was the day before the bank holiday, and then obviously yesterday was bank holiday. So yeah, I've not done any analysis the previous 2 days, didn't even look at the charts. So yeah, we'll get into some fresh analysis here. I mean, have much else drawn up, to be honest. Anyway, let's go straight to the 4-hour and see if we can't delete some old drawings here. Okay, so we have an H4 IFVG that we're reacting off of. There's also one here as well. We swept sell side. Looks like this is going to be the buy side draw here. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good already, to be honest. So we have swept some buy side, so maybe we can expect some sort of retracement. Looks like there's an H1 fair value gap here as well, and then there's a daily gap too. So yeah, I'm gonna be banking the 100%. This is the draw and liquidity for today. It's quite obvious to me. And let's draw this daily gap here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so we're reacting off this daily fair value gap. We closed below it, but obviously since we've closed back above it, it still counts. We've swept sell side here. No weekly fair value gap tap yet, but we don't really need that if we're going to go back into all-time highs. So yeah, back on the 4-hour, obviously, here's the daily. And this 4-hour IFVG too. There is sell side here, but it's very low, and I'm pretty sure it's in discount. Let me just draw a quick range. Oh, actually, maybe not. To be fair, this is quite a large range though, so I doubt that we'll return to discount here. I can draw this range though. Maybe we get some sort of Judas. It's quite low, but it is just below the new week opening gap, so it's not like you know, outlandish to say that we could get a retracement down there. But look, we've already tapped into this breaker here, and there could very well be a higher time frame fair value gap. Anyway, so this is the buy side draw. So I'm bullish, and that is my draw on liquidity. Okay. So we're reacting off this H1 gap right here. Just pull it back to 10 a.m. there. Actually, this one hasn't been tapped yet. Let me mark out this one instead. So we have a couple of sell side levels here. Also, I changed my microphone settings. Let me know if it's any better or any worse than previous. We'll take a look what 8:30 did soon. I assume there's going to be a 15-minute gap here since there's a H1. No, nothing really, actually. 15-minute here that we rejected off. There's a 15-minute here. Maybe we just take out this sell side, to be honest. And there's no retracement to EQ here on this range. Then we already determined that, or here, yeah. So this is the valid EQ. What about this one? A smaller range. Oh yeah, okay. So let me keep this up for now, because we could very well just wreck the EQ of this range and then you know, take out the low inside this 15-minute. We'll see. H1 gap. Let's take a look at the H1. Oh yeah. So we did fulfill this H1 gap here. I'll just drag this over a couple of candles just so it's there, you know. Okay. And then obviously, just in case, I'll mark out this, you know, in case we do just start dumping or something. It looks like we've had slow expansion, a little bit of manipulation on Monday. Quite a large range, actually. Missed out on this whole pullback, but the price action wasn't great, so I don't care, really. Lower probability day, so. So we already tapped into this H4 IFEG, so it doesn't really make sense for us to want to come down and tap into this 15-minute gap. See, we're already rejecting. So I don't think I can rule out this one here. I don't think we're going to come back to EQ. This, I can't rule out. We could very well come and take EQ of this range here, which is just at this sell side. Alright, so we'll keep that in mind as like a short-term sell side target. Let's take a look at ES quickly. Oh, there's not really much going on in ES, to be honest. I don't know why I'm on the M4. Yeah, M5. A little bit of minor SMT here. A lot of equal highs on ES though. Nothing at the lows. Is there? No, nothing at the lows. I don't think that these are going to be, like this SMT here is going to be too much of a problem. I think at most we come down, maybe balance EQ of this range, or maybe come and sweep this sell side, balance the EQ of the other range. But honestly, I'm still bullish here. So what we can do though is mark up this M5 gap. Looks like we're going to reject off it and head lower for now. What was this? Was this a 15-minute? I believe this was a 15-minute. Okay. I just thought it was worth a check to see if there was a, you know, a short setup, and there kind of is actually. This. Swept the high inside of a fair value gap, but now we're delivering lower. Yeah, we'll be looking for longs today, so. Probably longs anyway. All right, let's take a look at what 830 did. 830 right here. $830 open. Didn't really manipulate. I think we could see a Judas type swing here at 930. 30. So I'm hoping what we get is obviously the tap down here, maybe even run this low. Is there a fair value gap that we could reject off of here? Maybe on the 5? Not really, to be honest. It's quite balanced. It's a small 15-minute. It's not very big though. 30-minute. It's 30-minute and the 15-minute overlap, so I'll just mark this up as a potential. 15. No, the 15 minutes quite a little bit below actually. I'll mark up the 15. Actually, no. You know what? I'll keep it as the 30. And if it digs a little bit deeper, then we'll know that, you know, we're heading for that 15. And we have a lot of unfilled imbalance here on the M5, so we could just potentially take this low and then go back up again. So yeah, we've got 7 minutes here until market open, so we'll just hang tight and wait until then. I don't believe we have any news today. Wednesday. I know we do. We have PMI and okay, so it's 8:15. So that's already bitten. Let's see if that did anything. I think it did. 8:15. Gain on the bloody 4-minute. 8:15. Oh yeah, no, not really much to be honest. Take a look at the 1-minute candle. 8:15, 8. Oh, it did literally nothing. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. And then we also have PMI today. 10. So yeah, we'll keep that in mind. Let me just draw a quick line here at 10 a.m. so we don't forget. That's PMI. Alright, well, let's just wait here. Let's see if this 30-second would have played out nicely. 30-second. Oh, it looks like we closed back above the gap. Yeah, right here, we closed back above it, so invalid. You see, this is why I don't trade pre-market. Like, even if the setup, is valid, it's just not good. Right? Bad PA, really. Alright. Oh. Oh, you're live? Oh, we're fine. Froze for a sec there for some reason. Alright. There we are. This is pretty useless, this 8:30 opening price indicator. Doesn't do anything. Change the colour a bit, that might help. What's that? No, you don't want to change? Okay. Alright, so it looks like we're getting this little expansion downwards, which is what we wanted. If this is manipulation here, we could just see 930 expansion downwards, to be honest. This is my buy side draw, but it doesn't have to get hit today, so we'll just keep that in mind. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm actually just going to mark out the 7.5 instead of the M15. I do still want to see this low taken here. maybe one SMT if we're lucky. Apologies. Like this dump, to be honest. I do like it. This has set us up nicely for an expansion here. What I don't like is the uncertainty around the news. Like, you know, oh, you know what? I'm completely off on my dates. It's not PMI. There is no news. There's no news this week. At all. Are we serious? Okay, I guess there is no news. Fine. Okay, so now, because we've tapped into this M5 gap, we're in discount, and we've swept liquidity, we can look for a potential long here. Price doesn't keep dumping. If it takes this low, that's also another area where we can look for a long. One hell of a sell-off. Okay. It's a very fast, momentum-driven sell-off, so I doubt that there is going to be, you know, we're going to want to see something like this, rather than just trying to take the first FVG in the leg, IFVG in the leg, potentially like down there, like this, IFVG, and then back up, like right here. That's what I'd want to see at the bottom of this move here. Wow, so we really are just blasting through all of this. We've likely tapped into that 15-minute gap and EQ of that range as well. Back on the 5 and draw out the EQ. I believe it was from, yeah. Yeah. So here's the next EQ, but we can look for a long hair of this sell side since we did tap into PDOAs. Started selling off pre-market. Oh wait, no, it was like dead on 9:30 that it just dumped. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I valid kind of, but like you wanted to close both these, so that's why I want to. That's why I say I want to see another leg down. Yeah, I'm not taking this 15-minute inversion here. Sorry, 30 second. It's not obvious enough, basically. I mean, obviously, you know, it's obvious, but what I mean is in terms of singularity, because there's a lot of higher time frame gaps here above that we need to see close above. So, apologies if you can hear that. Oh, it's getting a bit tired today. Yeesh. So what could we dig into lower here then? There's a lot of consolidation here. Wow, PM session yesterday was the yesterday? Tuesday, yeah, that was atrocious. Glad I didn't trade PM. I didn't trade any, but imagine I just randomly chose to trade PM for any particular reason. Holy moly, dude. That's awful. Maybe we take out this low resistance liquidity run here, tap into this H4 IFEG again. Low resistance liquidity run, sell side. Okay, so there is currently an SMT. We'll see if ES wants to follow suit. See if we get an EQ tap here too. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of now bullish, you know, long that we could get. Oh, not anymore. Not even really this, to be honest. Well, I want to see EQ here of this range. You remember the range that I drew out? Yeah, so we did take that buy side, so we did get a rejection. Yeah, I want to see EQ here, to be honest. This is probably my best bet, I think. Looks like we are getting a 30-second here. I feel like this is going to be one of those that'll just be a straight loser, though. That's why I'm not even going to bother. We immediately rebalanced the 1 minute displacement. So, and it's just missed EQ and the new week opening gap. Like, there's no reason to try and long this. I mean, yes, it's taking sell side tucked in some gaps, but you know, you have to wait for all the context to line up. Sometimes liquidity sweep and gap aren't enough. You need EQ and whatever other PDRAs are clearly drawing price below. Which is why I wouldn't mind this 15-minute here. This was sell side. Low resistance liquidity run here. Yeah, ES looks like made a nice move. Oh, that would have been a losing 30-second on ES there. We'll just keep watching price intently here. See what's going on at me. Zoom in a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Indices are a little uncorrelated at the minute. I think I might wait here to see if they straighten out. Hmm. Do I kind of like? It's sort of valid, I guess. It's just not really obvious enough for me. It's not like, like it doesn't tickle my brain the same way that some other setups do. Yeah, I'd like EQ here. And that's why it wasn't tickling my brain. Just chop. We've got ES here as well, just, doing what ES does. This is like a signature in price here that tells me that we're going to keep selling off. I think possibly we get this low resistance liquidity run sell side here. So when we get like this down, this very, very narrow, lower time frame downtrend after a big move, it signals to me that, we're going to keep heading lower, like this accumulation, and then boom. So hopefully this manipulation, potentially we get a some sort of 10 a.m. reversal here, is what I'm hoping for. So this is what I would call obvious. Obviously not after this signature and price, although we did just tap EQ, so yes, it would be valid actually. Yeah, this would be something I'd take. It looks like he wants to keep going lower though, so that also would make me more cautious. Oh, we have a lot of engineered liquidity here. Didn't even see this. Look at all of this. Is this equal lows too? Oh no, not equal lows, but holy moly, that's a lot of engineered liquidity. Did we take it? Oh, we left equal lows. Okay, of course. Of course. Oh, okay, there we did take it. Alright. I apologize for the rapid chart movements. I'm just... Alright, so we took some sell side here. It's not the full low resistance liquidity run low that I wanted. If we did end up getting this, I wouldn't object. Really tired, apparently. Never yawn around this time. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I guess. I guess. I guess so. So yeah, it'd have to be this candle, so no. Unless we get like some crazy momentum, but I don't think this low here is enough fuel to give this some crazy momentum back up to the upside. started trading ASMR. Just start whispering into the mic. Hello, everybody. Trading NQ today. Tap, tap, tap. Think any more? No. Yeah, I do want that. I do want this here. Trend on liquidity. I'd like to see all of that taken. Nothing else here. We were going to get a bullish signature. It'd be a nice juicy 30-second FVG here. Right here. But there's not. So maybe we come up and tap this. But I don't really see this inversing. I'm just going to go to the toilet quickly. I'll be back in a sec. Hey. Okay. Nice. I guess. There's no way that we could have even caught this this downside move here. There's been no inversion short, apart from this, but it was pre-market, so didn't count. So the 15-minute FVG here with the low resistance liquidity run. We've just taken that. Let's head back onto the 15 and see if we can see anything else. There is another small 15-minute here. We're kind of in OT of this leg, but we have taken buy sides, so make too much difference to me, really. Very obvious liquidity sweep here. Okay. Let's go on to the 30-second because we could see something here. M1, M2. I like how these are all singular. They're just all on the same time frame. Sorry, not all singular. They're just all like the same gap on multiple time frames. I don't think we're bothering with this H4 IFG, to be honest. There's no inversion here though, which is yeah. Oh, this M15 lines up perfectly with an H1. Okay. Big liquidity void down here though. On the H1, so we could potentially be digging into there. I think this is going to be the most plausible explanation here. We already know we're reacting off OTE here, so I'll just delete that. And instead, I'll draw a range from this daily. Make sure it lines up properly. We can delete these, get some clutter off the screen. Wait, did we get a 5-minute inversion? Oh yeah, not without a massive thing though. Yeah, I don't think this H4 but IFG is going to matter, or this M15. Daily though, the daily. Do not mind the daily. Where's EQ? EQ's all the way down here for this big range. I think we hang tight here until 10 AM, really. We could get something here. Again, I'm expecting lower, potentially tap into this daily gap. These are a higher time frame, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, and 5 minute. Yeah, so we need to see a 3 minute close. One hasn't closed yet. Oh. If there was a 30-second inversion here, I'd have taken this. But there isn't. And this hasn't tapped into any FPG. Like, if we get a 30-second inversion rejection from, like, up here or something, like this, but higher, I could take that short. I would be pretty happy taking that short, to be honest. Obviously, we have the daily gap, and then we have EQ all the way down here, along with a new week opening gap, which is yet to be tapped, and there's basically a whole liquidity void all the way down here. So, yeah, I could definitely take a short if we got it. M5 is yet to close. M4. Do they all literally line up? Let me draw the gap out just to. We'll draw the M4 out because that's the highest one that's closed at the minute. This is also the one that we need to close. Close above the M5. It's still got a minute left. I mean, they all pretty much match up. It's a very small buy side liquidity sweep. See if we get a little bit of a digger deep. Digger deep? Dig deeper. Digger deep, dig deeper. There's nothing valid here. There is no long setup, which automatically tells me the price was lower. So what I'll do actually is I'll mark out this 30-second, and we can potentially see a short here. Let's see if we form the M5 first, and then re-tap into that. 30 seconds on this M5. I do like this though. I do really like this for continuation short. See if we get a closure. The closure. Right, I'm in there. I'm in, guys, and I'm targeting the daily gap, which is at 25478. 254. And I'll go break even just after this lowest swept, which is right now. Okay, so I'm already break even here. Already break even. Yeah, there's nothing else really, like, just daily gap is what I want, so. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. Now, if we get to stop the break even here, I don't really care because this is an A+, so. And obviously, if we do, it means that we're probably most likely going to come and tap into this M5 that we left, which again is perfectly fine. That's just price doing its thing. No FOMO, no FOMO. That was FOMO, not homo, YouTube. There's no FOMO. Yeah, let's look for another, like a target here just to, okay, so we have a 30-second or a 30-minute here. 30-minute FVG. We could take some partials off here. M39, jeez. What time frame? The M39. And we trade the M39, which is at 561. Looks like we might get stopped at break even here though. Which again, not fussed. I don't really care. If it does, so be it, dude. Yeah. So anyway, 561. 561. We're only so close to 561. I'll just buy one. I'll just close out one just to secure, you know, not break even basically. I've entered with five micros short here, so yeah. So I've got one take profit here on this 30-minute. This is literally just one micro, like the tiniest little take profit here, just to secure something, I guess. And then obviously we have the rest of our take profit here at this low, but I might leave a runner, to be honest, just down for this one since it's so close. Well, our first take profit got tapped, but we didn't get filled, so. Yeah, so we could do like TP1 here. And then this is going to be TP2. And then this could just be runner. Although we do have such a big liquidity void. Well, I don't even know why I'm talking about this because it looks like it's about to stop me break even, so. Okay, there's break even. Okay, fine. Fine, stop me at break even then. 10 AM reversal potentially. There is a 1 minute long. Okay. So you're gonna just come and stop me at break even and then carry on tanking, eh? I'm not re-entering. Yeah, I've learnt my lesson from doing that. I'm not going to be re-entering this short here. I don't even really know if I'm going to be able to get another trade, to be honest. I don't really like longs because there is a daily gap right here. But then, like, my short setup just got invalidated. So, you know. And there's no other inversion, you know. Let me mark out the M5 just because we could potentially come up here and reject off of this. Let me remove this for now. Move it up there. Okay, so M5 tapped. So there's no reason that price should really be rejecting here, to be honest. There's nothing obvious that says yes, we're bullish now. Like, this is tiny. So yeah, I'd definitely enter. Have we got SMT here? I was gonna say if we had that SMT, this would be a good short, but we don't. So I want to see this high taken inside of this gap, and then this is valid for another re-entry. So there it is. Okay. Given by that reaction, it doesn't look like a sweep to me. It looks like we're going to continue higher for a little bit here. This could have very well been the long setup, but we could take the 5 if it wants to give us the 5-minute here. You know, no rushing into anything, no jumping the gun. You know. We do have a 1 minute actually. 1 minute FVG. Let's see where price goes here. The 1 minute. Yeah, I'd take the 1 minute. I'd definitely take the 1 minute here. I'd want to see the 30-second close below as well, though. So I need a closure below this area to enter another short. And we have tapped into the 5 minute now. So did we tap into a 15? No, 15. Yeah, so M1, got a closure below the 30-second, which is absolutely fine for me. Let's see if we get it. This is why you always go break even, by the way. Otherwise, this one would have been a stinky loss. Nothing obvious to me apart from this 30-second here, so. Now it looks like we might get the 5 minute. This is a valid 5 minute long here. We did end up getting it and didn't just end up rejecting. It's pretty slow though, so I don't even know where you'd target, to be honest. So we're about to carry on. I'd like for an IFEG here. That would be nice. 5 minute here, 10 seconds until the 5 minute closure. If we close all the way down here, lower quadrant maybe. No? Getting some movement. Maybe we do get this. Or maybe it's just projecting off the M1. I already did. Yeah, I'm quite happy to take this as another entry. If we get it, it's a little bit far to the left. I like it to be a 6 candles or less, but it will do. It will do. And if we get a closure here, to be honest. No closure. Now this is where things get tricky because you can see this one right here. Looks like a long. Would I long it if I'm planning to go short? Don't think so. Although we have swept the low inside of a gap and we have tapped into this liquidity here, but again, where do you target, you know? Where do you target? It's clean too. Very clean. Maybe you could just go 1 for 1, like 1 for 2. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of clean for like a set RR, but like you can't. There's nowhere for like, you haven't really got a solid draw, and obviously you're sat right above this gap that got tapped. You know, you got daily low right here. Sorry, daily fair value you got right here, and this just isn't really clean. You know, if you had entered this long, you'd have stopped at a break even. So that's my 2 cents on that one. Not really a huge fan. Yeah, 5 minute. Let's take a look at that. So yeah, the 5 minute valid. 5 minute is valid. 15-minute immediate rebalance 2. So you should at least get to here. You know, if you took the 5 minute inversion long, like that would be your break even. Like that's the same logic with this though. Like, where's your target? You know. I guess it's valid. I guess it's valid. Let's see what the 5 minute does here. If we don't get a 5 minute closure, I'm just gonna go to the toilet again because what better time? Yeah, I don't really like this anyway, so I'm gonna go now. I'd rather see it hit the 15-minute gap, which closes in like 5 minutes time. Alright. Looks like we're about to get a 30-second inversion off tapping this 15-minute, which I like, and which I would take if we got the closure. Ooh. So we did get the 5-minute closure here, but it's not really valid. Like, you'd have already been stopped at break even. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of price action here. I might call it soon. Alright, guys, I did enter this. I didn't want to say anything. I can't see if anyone's watching me right now, so I didn't want anyone to try and copy me here because this is a riskier setup. But yes, I did take this short here. It's not super clean, but obviously the draw was there. Yeah, the daily fair value gap, and we did tap into the 15. I didn't trust that 5-minute inversion, and I was right. Not trust that 5-minute inversion, so yeah, I did enter this lower risk too. Yeah, the trade's at break even. CxTrade is at break even. Okay, that was no almost anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, this is break even here. Yeah, so I'm going to take off 2 micros here at this low. Although I do think that we just power through this, but you have to be careful. So we'll do TP1 here. I don't really want to get stopped at break even again, though, to be honest. It's not. Wouldn't like that. Let's just keep it chugging, shall we? Apologies. Apologies. Okay, M1. Let's take a look at the M1. We've got a gap. We've got an M1 gap. We still have a big gap here, so hopefully we that's a breakaway. Otherwise, I'm getting stopped at break even because my fill is like right here. Okay, so M1 gap. With SMT, oh, we do have SMT at lows. I'm gonna get stopped at break even here. Unless we violate this pretty quick. Yeah, I don't really want you to close above this, to be honest. That wouldn't be ideal. How about you just keep it going, keep it jogging, pal, you know? I don't fancy getting stopped at break even. I want you to go straight down to that daily fair value gap. Let me right here. This is where I want you. How's that sound, eh? Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. It's gonna stop me at break even. Yeah, and this is a signature price I can't really risk moving my stop higher for as well. Obviously we had the M5 inversion too, so that's why I'm being like pretty strict. Oh, then we did close back below it, so it's invalid, and then this 30-second was valid. So yeah, we did pretty good this cipher in price, I think. This is a very good TP1 because to my eyes that looks very in the range over to our, well, we're 2.6, hey, 2.67, 2.69 actually, 2.69R for a TP1. So, yeah, that's pretty perfect. And then obviously the closure is below the gap, but this high in the closure wouldn't be too far off. So maybe like realistically it'd be here. But again, my fill is like here, so it doesn't matter too much. It's about the same. It's about the same. I reckon there's a 15-second inversion. There is a 15-second inversion. See, if I was really aggressive, stack on the 15-second inversion. If I was really aggressive, but I'm not really aggressive. I'm conservative with my capital, and I don't really want to lose it, so that's why we'll stick like that for now. We're already at break even, so like risk off trade, completely free trade now, you know. All we had to do was wait. All we had to do was apply the risk when your signal was there, and that's it. And then you go break even, and it's completely risk free. You keep emotions out of it. You know, you don't feel FOMO for missing the move. You know, I could have taken this long here, but I recognized that, you know, we were waiting, you know, we had the 5-minute right here, so it wasn't really good long. And then we waited for the 5-minute here, but I recognized that we have this big 15 right here. So it may have been a break even, which it would have been because we would have gone break even at the 15, but then you would have got stopped at break even. So that's where like, you know, what's it called? Experience and, you know, trained eye. That's what trained eye, yeah, that's where it comes into it, to be honest. When you've seen price action for long enough, when you've watched so many hours on the charts, you can kind of tell what's what, which is why I took this instead of trying to take this or the 15-minute, because we had such a big move down. Like, where are you targeting? Are you going to target all the way up here, dude? You know what I mean? Like, when you've just left the daily candle low, like, sorry, the daily fair value gap right there. I don't know, man. It doesn't seem too good to me. Anyway, I'm not really loving this, to be honest. We've got some SMT at the lows, and it looks like a 1 minute inversion. Yeah. So I think if we do close above this 1 minute IVG, I'm just going to close this on profit. We'll see. We'll see how we react. I've got my finger on the close button in case we do. No close. Okay. So we stay in. We stay in. Yeah, I really don't want to see it come up again. I kind of just want to see it tank, to be honest. We'll keep an eye on this M1 if we do get the closure above. I don't like it when you do this. I might take this high. I might go for the fair value gap that my stop is inside of. Come and get me a break even and then run. I think we may get stopped at break even here. Apologies, you may hear my children in a second there. The M1 is like right here. Okay. Okay, so we did really like re-tapping to this reclaimed M5 gap here. M1 FEG, which we never tapped into. Let's please leave this as a you know, breakaway gap. That would be ideal. The reason why I didn't mark this out was because I was, I was either going to react off this or I was going to sweep this out and react off. So, and we do have an M1 FEG here, which we need to see it close above 2. Oh, I've just accidentally switched to ES. All right. Yeah, I don't really like this. I'd rather it just. I mean, of course, I would rather it just go down and take my, profit, but. Yeah, close above this, I think, and then it's going to be a wrapped for the position. It would be a wrap, not wraps. Because obviously we do have the SMT, but then ES still does look very weak. And yeah, and NQ, like, this is kind of a reversal signature, but it would normally be like so much cleaner than this. It was going to be a reversal. 10 a.m. It didn't reverse, it just gave a pullback. Maybe we go for the 10 a.m. low. Sorry, the 10 a.m. high, which also happens to be my lead, stop loss. So, yeah, I think we get a close above this M1 here, and I'll just close the position. 9 seconds until we know. 5, 4, 2, 1. No closure. No tank for me. Maybe we're getting some accumulation here. Some smart money loading up on shorts. That would be nice. Definitely be nice. Maybe they're taking it all the way down to the daily gap. That would also be nice. Give me a closure here. Give me a solid closure below this. I want this inversion to keep holding price up. Six, five. We closed in like just on the edge of the volume imbalance. Not very clean. Didn't even think to check the other time frames because we're also rejecting off a multiple time frame FEG here. Okay. So they'll be going on pretty quick here. I don't really want to be waiting around much longer. I don't like being sat in chop. Who does though, to be honest? Who does? See, ES keeps going down while NQ just, messes about here, and I don't really like it. Still rejecting off this multi-time frame FEG here. This is the M4, by the way. As you can see, there is a FEG here. Pretty close to just closing my trade, to be honest. I'm quite happy if it just comes and stops me at break even and then we call that a day there. To be honest, I don't really want to be sat in this anyway. So we close above this M1 now. This is our only resistance to break even. So we tapped into this M1 above. That's really it. I don't want to see anything else now. Don't want to see it come back up. Want to see this be the rejection, the accumulation, manipulation, and then the distribution, which hopefully is right now. We need to close back below this IFEG first. Close out this one at least. That came like a tick away from my break even, by the way. Like, so close. Yeah, I think we're gonna get stopped out now. Yeah. The fact that we didn't then invert this, I think that we're gonna take this high inside the 15-minute. So yeah. Oh well. I'm not too bothered, to be honest. I'll be bothered if it stops me at break even and then runs, then I'll be bothered. Nothing I can do about it though. The rules are there for a reason. Developed and refined over 3 years of trading. I've seen days like this many times. And it's my refined perception to price action and hours on the charts of experience that allow me to actually navigate trade days like this without losing. Yeah, we're just messing about here. Stuck in the range. I'd like to see it just absolutely tank. What I want to see here, this M1 FEG should have just absolutely tanked it. I mean, it has to happen soon. It's me about. There's a lot of accumulated engineered liquidity here at the lows. No, I'm on a 30-second, but feels like I've been waiting in this for ages. Finally, some movement. Okay. Finally get some movement here. I like it. All you have to do is come and give me one take profit. That's all you have to do. Not farm bloody IFEG. Run it down to end dog. Could do if we start getting some proper momentum. Runner, maybe. Well, I'll label it as runner. I'll leave one. I've got 4 going here, so runner. Okay. Sweet. So there's TP1. Finally. So the runner range is 25320. And then obviously we have a profit 2 here. At the daily gap. And that's for a sexy 2 micros. My frames just so we can. Lunch low. What does that look like? This. Okay. And we should be fine here. I don't really like that. Don't like this. Not really too bothered because we're already in quite a nice amount of profit. So if I just close my position like right now, it wouldn't really matter too much. So there's quite a big rejection of this 30-minute here. I'd like to see us dig into that again. There's some weakness here. Do we have an SMT? I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really looking at NQ. Sorry, ES, because of how, you know, how slow it was going. Yeah, no, I'd like to see us continue down here. I'd like to see this inverse. Honestly, that would be nice. We have an M2 and an M3. Okay. Honestly, I don't mind if this fight wants to come up. Honestly, I don't care because like it almost stopped as a break even anyway. So this is pretty clean for long though. If it closes this M3. It's a very clean M3 long actually. It was quite bullish. I think I may close my trade here. See if it closes above this first. And then we'll close. Like that. I like that rejection. Hopefully get an M1 here. M1 inversion. That'd be nice. Or you can just come and shaft me and stop me at break even. That would also make up my misery, if you will. Looks like it might. So we do on this proportion. It would be 3 minutes, 22 seconds left on this one. Yeah, if we get this closure, I'm definitely going to close the trade. It's a pretty clean M3 long. There's no point in me trying to keep a short against it. So I'm also not going to try and long it, by the way. Looks like we're going to get a closure here. Do we get an M2 closure? M2 closure. Do we get an M1? No M1 closure. Okay. I don't like to see that now we've been put in a predicament because we've got no solid closure here on multiple time frames, but price looks bullish. So I'm kind of stuck here. You know what I will do? I'm going to close anyway. Just because there's nowhere else for price to go apart from like break even. Like that's the only liquidity. So yeah, there's not really anything else. I'm watching this very intently. Looks like we left equal highs. Okay, we did sweep it a little bit. I want to see a rejection here, honestly, like a tight rejection. I said tight. That's weird. Not tight. Fast. That's not much better. Robbing. Okay. I'm just taking the piss now. Aggressive. Oh, that's better. Or is it? Yeah, I don't like this bullish rejection here. I'm going to close. Take my small amount of profits here. And just be on my merry way, I think. Give it another couple of seconds here, just to see if we get any aggressive moves down, but I don't think we will. You know it's stressful when you're watching a 15-second. Tank for me, baby. I don't like these equal highs. I really don't. I'm making the educated decision to. I really want to close it, but I also kind of don't because of how we're rejecting. Like it looks bullish, but we're rejecting. Like, what do I do? You know? I really have to sacrifice my profits in this trade. Either close above or just put me out of my misery. Or go back down. I'd love that. Dude. M3 closure. Alright, I'm out. I'm out. I did it. It can go down to my take profit now if it wants, but I'm out there. Yeah. This is listen, even if it goes rejects here, like the next break even, this is an inversion, an A plus inversion. Okay, yes, the lower time frame might not great, but the least it should go is here. Okay, and my break even is right here. So, you know, the chances that it's at least going to stop me at break even, you know what I mean? Like, if it rejects here, fine. Like, I was wrong, but I might as well have just taken the $150 profit that I was in, you know? Like, this price action isn't even good anyway. So, yeah. I don't really care. Yeah, good stuff. And we caught a little bit of profit, which I'm happy about. So I'll catch you guys in the next one.